Hey guys, it's Will. So CTM stock is one of the cybersecurity and AI powered companies that's starting to get some traction in the government contract space. Let's take a look at the stock today. It's Monday and we just wrapped up our live trading inside of StockMate. We had Big Bear swing a little bit, sold a little bit after it pushed up, but still had Nvidia, Microsoft selling off a little bit. So portfolio's down about 3.12%. If you guys want to watch me trade live at market open each day, we go live from about 6:30 Pacific till close to 7:30 a.m. Pacific. So if you want to get an hour each morning with us, it's the second link in the description. That's StockMate. And when it comes to CTM stock today, we see that it's on this consistent trend that's starting to develop over the past month and a half. And you see this trend starting to take place. Well, what you might look for is a potential bounce here at a dollar that we saw today. It pushed down to $1.06. It is still down a little bit. We got in here right around $1.13. Part of the reason why, well, you could see that it's at this previous resistance here, this previous consolidation. Now, that is a place that it most likely would bounce if we're going to see a uptrend. Now, this is a company that is really small market cap, so you have to be cautious. I urge caution on this stock for sure. But we have traded it multiple times from like 87 cents up to $1.10, from $1.10 up to $1.50, and we sold. So these are swings that take place quite often. And we can see if it recovers half just to basically this level, it's about a 20% increase. If we see it continue this trend right now, it's about a 70% increase. Now, we have our risk managed here. It's like right out of support. We're watching it closely, and we would sell in the event that it doesn't continue up. So we're managing our risk accordingly. However, when we look at that potential 80% increase, it's also fair to say that we've seen some big increases in the past. If you go in the stock, there's no history of any quote unquote pumps, but you did see this quote unquote pump up to $2.83. The reason we have a quote unquote pump is because it's good that this kind of happened, not that it was unhealthy actually. Because when you look at CTM stock, let's take a look at CTM. Oh, we were looking at Super Microcomputer in today's live session, and that was good. We have one of our members, Johnny, who just joined, and we're talking about like the infrastructure that's supporting Nvidia, like that builds the data centers, and then also the companies that are building the stuff inside the data centers that a lot of people don't know about. Anyway, really cool. Again, if you guys want to be in a live session, second link in the description. That's StockMe. Would love to have you there. We got a special discount that's expiring soon. When it comes to Castellum Inc., take a look at their revenue. If you look from 2023, all right, to 2024, look at the revenue, 11 million, 11 million, 11 million. They're slowly increasing their revenue. See that? And one of the things that you want to look at here is net incomes are not bad either. Their net income is just negative 1 million. So it's up 86%. Their net income up 86% year over year. Now, when you look at their overall stock, you say, Will, why are you covering this? It's a $77 million market cap. It's tiny. Like, this seems high risk. Yeah, I mean, just because something's a low price doesn't mean it's a good deal. That's absolutely right. And some people say, I'm going to buy because it's low. We don't say that at all. We're very the opposite. Like, we don't buy something just because it's a low price. We buy based on value. And so let's take a look at the value. Essentially, we look at Castellum Inc. We see their financials making a lot of sense. $77 million market cap, $44 million in revenue this past year. So their market cap to revenue looks pretty good. If you take a look at their news, take a look at the company. This company that has a few contracts that are notable. Their subsidiary signed a $103 million contract here. They also got an announces unaudited financial results. That's what they checked. That's what they released. Castellum announces that they were awarded a $3.2 million contract. So right here, that's like $105 million in contracts just over the last month. Now, there's also something to note here. They got into this Small Business Association protege, which essentially means they're shadowing other companies. They are learning from other companies on how to take on contracts. Now, they are doing this to learn how to onboard Navy, so Naval Air and Navy Sea, and the United States Marine Corps integrated approach to contracting, as well as the United States Department of Navy contracting. So they're learning how to do contracting essentially by this Small Business Association program where you get to, learn from other companies. So they get into that, and that's kind of interesting. But here's the catalyst that's bringing them these contracts as well, is this OASIS Plus unrestricted IDIQ. This means they're on demand, ready to service the US government with contracts related to cybersecurity, AI, processing data, intelligence services, technical engineering. And now that they're on OASIS Plus, this is the same contract that you see companies like Palantir get on, or Big Bear AI. These are the contracts that are the same contracts they're competing for, are going to be also contracts that are awarded to some of those bigger players. Now, in AI or security, cybersecurity, that's not necessarily a part where the government will cut spending as of now. We are led to believe right now, at least the way that I see it, that there is a lot of risk for the US government not investing in AI and cybersecurity or data processing. But this is a company that is providing those services, and we already see them partnering with some government agencies as federal customers as a result of this OASIS Plus and unrestricted on-demand IDIQ contract with a 10-year performance period with no ceiling value. So we could see any value for the contracts that they're given. Now, when it comes to the company here, you can take a look at what they do. They have some consulting, some of their subsidiaries that they have. They mainly provide U.S. government customers with mission critical services to support national security in a timely, focused, and cost-effective manner. And the news looks good. But when we look at the chart, this is why we traded them today and why we're in it, is it seems it's at this support. There's no full confirmation of any sorts that says it's going to bounce right here. And someone could say, well, I bought it and it didn't bounce. Okay, I get it. I'm not saying that it's 100% going up. And all I'm saying is I'm in it, and I want to disclose that to you, let you know that I'm in it. And part of the reason why is because of this trend starting to develop, the value discrepancies that I'm seeing as far as their revenue and how much they're actually keeping and the type of contracts they're getting in relation to their market cap. To me, it would make a lot of sense why this previous high that we saw that I was talking about earlier, that they shot up to $2.80, why that's actually not that big of a spike, given that that was just like, it was basically like $180 million market cap. It's not like huge. They're such a small company, things fluctuate fast, so you got to keep a close eye on that. But the three things we're looking at here, the chart, no confirmation yet, but we're in it. We have a plan, looking to sell somewhere around $1.60, and would most likely stop out around $1.05. So that's kind of the margin for profit, is basically very low risk with a smaller position, would add to our position and see it grow if it takes this move, which would be about a 50% increase from current price. So we could see that take place potentially, and that's why we're in it. Now, the second piece is the news. Looks relatively good. Haven't seen any big contracts come out in the last few days. Let's see, last contract was a $103 million contract announced about 10 days ago. Other than that, it's pretty good. seems like I'd like to see some more contracts, but that is a contract that's basically twice their yearly revenue. So that was a good announcement. So we're not like, we have to have a contract right now. I mean, the valuations are already starting to make sense, at least in my eyes. That's how I see it. Now, when it comes to the third thing, which is the actual chart, we took a look at some of the financials, took a look at some of the news, but the actual chart itself, it seems it's at this EMA. The RSI, the MACD, still, if you look here on like a 4 hour, which is pretty standard for the time frame, it seems that, it's still kind of bearish. The RSI and MACD more indicating a buy, but still kind of on right here a little bearish. I would imagine that this previous resistance will act as a support. At least that's what I'm anticipating, and why we're in it right now. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you all. If I earned your thumbs up, hit that like button. Do consider subscribing. And again, if you guys want to watch me trade live tomorrow, feel free to check the second link down below. We would love to have you there in our market live session in StockMate. Thank you guys again for watching. I'll see you guys in our next video. Take care.